Hey, welcome back. In order to hit targets at long range, you're going to need to know how far away they are. For me, in PRS, the best way to figure that out is with a laser rangefinder. For this particular video, I'm going to be using this set of Vortex Fury HD 5000s and just figuring out where the laser hits in the reticle. Because if you don't know where the laser hits inside of the relatively large round reticle on these laser rangefinders, you're probably going to end up ranging the hill behind the target rather than the target itself, and having to sweep back and forth like this in order to figure out what the range to the target really is. But I can make this a lot easier by figuring out where the laser actually hits. Now, there's a multitude of ways to do this, but you don't need any special equipment. As a matter of fact, I'm going to demonstrate by stepping out front of the house and using a street light and the trees behind it as my two objects, one in the foreground and one in the background. They just need to be far enough apart that the laser rangefinder definitively tells you the difference between the two of them, and away we go. Now, if you happen to have a rectangular street sign out there, that's the perfect object to use because it has nice vertical and horizontal edges, so you can determine with great precision where the laser hits, but you can determine it even with this odd-shaped street lamp. All you do is you start from one side. From the bottom moving up, we notice that the range changes as we're in the top of the reticle. This is important information, just take note of it. Now, start from the top and come down. And we find that we have to come quite a ways into the reticle before we see the range change. That means that the laser is somewhere up in here, up in the top of the reticle. Now coming in from the side, we notice that it changes just as we're coming into the center. Now, I didn't film the other direction, but you get the idea. We're simply going to go back and forth until we figure out exactly where the laser is hitting, and we take note of it. If you're one of the types that likes to leave labels on things, here is a really good place to put a piece of tape with a drawing on it in order to show where your laser hits. All right, guys, that's all there is to it. Figure out where your laser is pointed, and you can figure out your ranges much more accurately, much easier, and make sure you get the correct range for your target rather than the hill behind it. Until next time, shoot straight, check your equipment, and I'll see you in the next video.